to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm ready to win, yeah. Refuse, mine it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm ready to win, yeah. Refuse.
We are here on a Wednesday. We are here. This is Unfazed with your boy JJ and AJ. We are here to talk to y'all about the conference finals, y'all. A lot of things are going on. Two teams up 3-1. Your boy predictions are looking pretty solid right now. So I'm feeling good, AJ. I want to ask you, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm a little sick today. Man. This is the thing. One of my predictions was right, but I was hoping that I was gonna be wrong. Not in the amount of games, but the team that was gonna win. I was hoping I was wrong, but it's looking like I'm right. And the other series we about to get to, man, these Knicks and Pacers, man. Knicks got me out here looking bad, bro. They got me looking bad, man. You know what I mean? But we gonna get to it.
Yes, sir. That's crazy. The team you want to lose that you pick is winning, and the team you want to win is actually losing. It's crazy. But like you said, as promised, we're going to get to the first series, the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. Pacers go up 3-1 on the Knicks. The Knicks had home court advantage last time I checked. But they up 3-1, and there's been a conversation around this a basketball community. Is Tyrese Haliburton a superstar? My boy AJ, you know, I'm gonna take out behind the scene. We talked this morning. And he said, "Hey, yo, Joe, we got to talk about it. And I saw AJ in the chat giving high praises for Haliburton throughout the game. Cause I didn't watch it live. Shout out to the Dallas Wings. Went to a basketball game. Go watch that. I'm going to go watch that. But while I'm seeing my notifications go, I just see AJ just praising Haliburton. So, AJ, I'm going to ask you this first. Is Tyrese Haliburton a superstar?
No. No. No, he's not, bruh. And I said respectfully, I know a lot of people was expecting me to be like, yeah, he's a superstar. Yeah, he's this, he's that. I think Tyrese Haliburton is a star in this league. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a star in this league. I think he's one of the best, you can make an argument, top 15 player in the league currently, especially with the playoff run that he's on. I think you can start to insert him in different categories. But superstar? Remember we was having a conversation about Steph and the GOAT conversation? And we was like, yo, sometimes like a player can be great and they can be top 10 or top 15 all the time. But when you start talking about NBA GOAT, that's rare air, bro. Like that's Jordan, that's Kobe, that's LeBron, that's, some people want to throw Magic in there, Kareem, Russell, like that's a different kind of level and stratosphere that Steph not in. He's great, don't get me wrong. Sometimes he look like he could be the GOAT out there the way he dominates games. But when you look at things in its totality, you can't legitimately say he's the GOAT. Joe, when you look at the rest, I'll give you a list of players I consider superstars. Because when I think of a superstar in the league today, I think of a guy that you depend on night in and night out to carry the load. Keywords, night in and night out, not just in the playoffs. We talking regular season as well. Every night, that's the guy. 9 times out of 10, he's the number one option. He's the one feeding everybody, getting everybody involved, right? A lot of times he's a great defensive player. Some of these guys aren't, but a lot of times their offense outweighs their defense, and they have done it for a period of time. Like, it ain't just a 1-2 year thing. I've been doing this for probably 5-6 years. I got Jokic, obvious. I got Steph. I think that's obvious. I know he had a rough postseason this year, but nobody's going to tell me Luka is not a superstar. Luka's in there. I got Jason Tatum in that conversation as well, a champion. I believe he's a superstar. I have Giannis in that conversation, and of course I have LeBron. Some people might want to throw, KD in there. Some people might want to throw Ant in there. I'll let that be what it is. But when you start, I just listed off 6 players. When you start getting to 7, 8, 9, 10, you can't say those 7, 8, 9, 10 players are superstars, bro. Like that, it has to be a cutoff point. It's like the elite, like top 5 quarterbacks in the league, or let's just say the elite quarterbacks in the league. Everybody not elite, and that's okay. That is okay, bro. Everybody can't be a superstar. What comes with superstars is expectations. Going into this playoffs, who had expectations on Tyrese Haliburton? If the Pacers lose, people talk about the Pacers. They don't talk about Tyrese Haliburton. They talk about the Pacers. When the Celtics lose, who we talk about? Jason Tatum. When the Lakers lose, who we talking about? LeBron and Luka. When the Warriors lose, if Steph is on the court, who's the focal point? Steph Curry. When the Bucks lose, I can't believe Giannis wasn't able to get it done. Half the team might be hurt. I can't believe Giannis wasn't able to get it done. We single-handedly picked the Bucks to beat the Pacers just off the strength of Giannis. I mean, come on, bro. It's just a certain level of expectation and respect that comes with a superstar player, and I can't give that to Haliburton just yet. I know he's having a sensational playoff run, but a lot of people are saying this because of this single, in my opinion, because of this single playoff run, because nobody was saying this. I'll take you back to the offseason. Nobody was saying this in the offseason when Jason Tatum was on the bench for Team USA. Because you know who else is on the bench, Joe? Tyrese Haliburton. But nobody said nothing about Tyrese Haliburton riding the bench. But he a superstar, though. Nobody talked about it, right? Right? Anytime the Pacers lost this regular season, nobody talking about Tyrese Haliburton in these conversations. But now that they making this run, now he is superstar. He's a star. And it's not to diminish how great he has been. He's having a sensational playoff run. He's one of the clutchest players in the league. He gets my respect. I never agreed with him being the most overrated player. I thought that was crazy. But superstar, I can't give him that yet. Joe.
Well, you got a super chat.
I appreciate it. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the super chat.
All right. You go ahead and read it.
Shout out to the best network. Pacers are unfazed. Here you go. Hashtag who picked the Knicks? That'll be me. Haliburton, the best PG in the game. Hashtag AJ a hater. Hashtag don't listen to AJ. Hey, I gotta say how I feel and what I'm thinking, man. I gotta say how it and I know some people gonna take it like that because I have not picked the Pacers in any series. But it's like, if I believed Haliburton was a superstar, I would. I would. Like, yo, all else fails, they got Haliburton. I don't feel that way about him. And I know he's great. Superstars.
It's a big word.
High praise, bro. And I can't give him that just yet.
You got another super chat from Dave.
1998. I'm sorry. 998. AJ 998. I don't even know what that is.
Me neither. I don't 998. I don't know.
998. 900.
I thought it was an answer between you and him. I don't know.
It might be, and it's slipping my mind right now. It's slipping my mind. I'm not sure.
Maybe it's an Anthony Edwards thing. I don't know. I don't know. But he said AJ tell Ant 99.
He said that's the Cancun area code.
Oh!
Yo, that's a good one. I'm not gonna lie. That's a good one. I'm still in that. 998. I'm still in that.
Oh man, you just threw that in the super chat. All right, so is Tyrese Haliburton? First of all, AJ, you threw me off with your answer and the way you said it. You was like, no. I was like, oh, I was not expecting that because you brought the question to the table. But I'm going to agree with you. I don't think he's a
Mm.
superstar yet. I think he does have an opportunity to become one this season still. What I said before about this topic was this. For I don't think what he does to the Knicks is going to make him a superstar. I think what he does to OKC can put him in superstar category because I guess I'm not. Am I saying that he has to win against OKC? No. But what I am saying is he has to play great against OKC, and he has to push OKC. And then you might hear people say a superstar was born in the NBA Finals. Going to the next. Now the expectations will come because this will be the second season in a row, AJ, that he led his team to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I know they got swept by Boston. It was a close sweep. Tyrese did get hurt. So there will be talk saying if Tyrese wasn't hurt, maybe they beat Boston because the Knicks beat Boston and they destroyed the Knicks. So that's going to be a conversation for sure. But I don't think he's a superstar yet. But is he having a great start to his career? I would say yes. As a point guard, I do believe he's the best pure point guard in the NBA. I think he is. When I'm talking about distributing the ball, running the offense, and scoring where it need be, he's the best at it in the NBA. AJ, I saw these numbers. It was very shocking to me. Did you know that I'm going to name some historic great point guards? Career games with at least 15 plus assists and 0 turnovers. John Stockton got 14. He played 19 seasons. Chris Paul got 13. He played 20 seasons. Steve Nash got 7. Haliburton got 11 in his 5th season, which is ridiculous. And we can't say that stat is watered down due to the era we're in. People turn the ball over all the time with high assists nowadays. Jokic averaging 3 plus assists, 3 plus turnovers a game. Kay Cunningham averaging four turnovers a game. Trae Young took all the high assists. James Harden, Westbrook, all those guys have always been high turnover guys with high assists. Did you know Haliburton in these playoffs averaging 9.8 assists a game, which is number 1. Number 2 is James Harden at 9.1. And then also with turnovers per game, Haliburton's at 35th at 1.9. That's crazy. Ridiculous. Josh Hart had more turnovers than Tyrese Haliburton. Like he averaged, not half, he averaged more turnovers than Tyrese Haliburton, and he barely touched the ball.
For some odd reason, that ain't even shocking to me, bro. The way we're gonna get to the Knicks in a little bit, but that ain't even that shocking to me, man.
But what about Mikal Bridges? He got more turnovers than Mikal Bridges got more turnovers than him. Josh Hart got more turnovers than him. Brunson got more turnovers than him. So like he's 35th in the NBA. Jokic, like I say, Jokic, we all praise Jokic how great of a pass he is. He averaging 3.6 assists. Turnovers a game. And Haliburton's averaging 1.9 while leading the league in assists in the playoffs. He had the highest assist turnover ratio in the league this year, 5.5. Number 2 was at 4 something. So he is the best pure point guard. He does have superstar moments with the clutch moments against Cleveland, the clutch moment against the Knicks, a clutch moment against the Bucks. Like literally every series, he had a moment which is clutch. That's why I said if he goes to OKC series and he continue, like if he up his play in the finals, take it to a different level. Like I'm talking about him being the high scoring option, because some people might say, well, Chris Paul was a superstar. Chris Paul became a superstar when he was the 3rd in MVP votes. Like he was 3rd MVP candidate, and he was the guy. When you watch those in the playoffs, Chris Paul elevated his game when he was with the New Orleans Hornets. Yeah. Right? You look at Steve Nash. Steve Nash was a different story. Steve Nash was a back-to-back MVP. I mean, if Tyrese Haliburton was in MVP conversations, we will be saying he's a superstar because expectations will be there. But like you said, there's no expectation. So I think he still has the opportunity to become a superstar this season. But right now, let's just stop. Like you said about Steph Curry, that was a great comparison. We just loosely say, "Oh, KD top 10." Give me your top 10 then. All right. Oh, Steph in the GOAT conversation. Who in the GOAT conversation then? Like, tell me who in the GOAT conversation. So, but a superstar, I would want to. I know this is who I got as superstars. All right, in the league, SGA. Now, some people I would say out of mind. Jokic.
I didn't mention SGA. I forgot SGA.
But I know SGA is in your category.
Yeah. I didn't even mention him. So yeah.
I know that. I know that for a fact. Yeah. Giannis, LeBron, but a lot of LeBron superstardom It's the name.
It's the name. At
I
this
don't
point,
think
I
LeBron.
agree.
If we talking about the play, I want to say LeBron superstar because
But
he's
but you know
always.
what's but you
Go
know
ahead.
what's crazy, and it might be, and not to cut you off, it might be the name. That man was second team All NBA this year. Haliburton
Yeah,
was third.
yeah, you're right. I mean, because he's scoring. That's why LeBron's scoring more than him. That's why.
But my bad.
Yeah,
Continue your list
yeah,
though, because I
he
want
was.
to hear the rest of
Yeah,
it.
you're right. He was second team on NBA. You know, Donovan Mitchell was first team, right?
I believe I think it's Tatum, Giannis,
Nah, he was second team.
SGA, Jokic.
He was
Who am
second
I?
team.
Who am I? I'm forgetting somebody.
The guards were SG. No, he probably was first team
He may
because
have been.
normally it's Luka as a guard, but Luka was hurt
Luca was,
most of
yeah.
the year.
He might have been. Donovan might have been. Donovan
He
might
might
have
have
been
been,
actually.
yes, but I mean, but it was a record though, most likely. But
Hmm.
but I want like LeBron superstar because of who he is, kind of his play, but who he is. But when he loses, we know he can't be the number one option. That's the talk with LeBron. He can't be the number one option on the championship team. If that's the case, then he's not a superstar. But
Yeah,
it's the
I feel
name
that.
though. Embiid, out of sight, out of mind though. He was out all year. But Embiid is a superstar. I'm sorry, he's
That's
a
fair.
superstar. And obviously he said Luka, and then KD, man, I don't know, he might be,
I mean,
but he hasn't shown in the postseason lately. I'm with you on that.
and the thing about it is, bro, like I said, similar to the GOAT conversation, right? If you say Steph belongs in the GOAT conversation, all right, so then let's have a conversation. Who in that conversation is he better than? Is he better than Jordan? No, he's not better than Jordan. All right, is he better than LeBron? No, he's not better than LeBron. All right, is he better than Kobe? If you really know ball, in my opinion. No, he's not better than Kobe. Okay, so why we having he not better than nobody that we consider the GOAT. So when there's a conversation, it has to be, well, I think he's better than this guy. I think he's better than LeBron. I think he's better than Kobe. I think, you know, so it's really just him and so and so. That's where the conversation comes about.
It's a conversation.
But it's a conversation. But
right.
If he's not better than none of the guys in the conversation, there is no conversation. And I feel the same way about Tyrese Haliburton. Bro, he not better than Jokic. He not better than Steph. He not in my opinion, he not better than Luka. I'm not taking him over Tatum. I'm not taking him over Giannis. I'm not taking him over the reigning league MVP right now, SGA. Like, if somebody came to me right now and said I'm taking him over LeBron, I'm not gonna dispute it too much because he's more clutch than LeBron. But like LeBron looks better than him in the regular season. So it's like it's too many. To me, it's too many names, bro. It's too many names that I'm taking over Haliburton.
Oh no,
right
AJ.
now, bro.
LeBron got 1 year when he's a third seed. Everybody forgetting that they had Luka too. Now, don't get me wrong, they were playing well before Luka got there, but he was in the play-in every year. This is how acting like LeBron is like. Come on, let's relax.
Look, I'm not gonna push too. I'm not gonna push too hard on Bron, cause when I was making my list, I thought about it and I'm like, I know it's the name. So I'm not gonna push back too hard on that from the standpoint of like you need another you need Luka to be the number one, and he is more of a star on the court than he is a superstar. So I'm not gonna push back too much on that. But if you're not in that top five, you're not a superstar in my opinion.
I'm with you.
To
I
me,
feel like, yeah. So Ant, will you say Ant superstar?
I thought about putting Ant in there, but out of respect for the conversation, I decided to leave Ant out, bro.
I like that, man.
I decided to leave. And we're gonna talk about Ant in a little bit. But I decided to just I'm gonna leave Ant out of the conversation. I personally would take Ant over Haliburton. That's me. That's me. From what he is on both sides of the ball, I personally would do it. But given what we're seeing right now in the playoffs, I'd rather keep it at the five guys I know for sure: SGA, Jokic, Tatum, Steph, and Giannis. I'm a for sure. And if you're not in that top five, and the other guys to me is questionable. For me, LeBron is questionable. For me, Anthony Edwards is questionable. Like
I'm with you.
It's too much of that. It's too much.
Yeah, the guarantees: SGA, Jokic, Steph, Luka, Tatum, and Giannis.
Basically. Yep. That's what's that 5, 6.
Yeah, 6, y'all. Basically, every year, you know what? Donovan Mitchell was in the All NBA. It was SGA and Oh no, it was him. Yeah, who were the two guards? Yeah, he wasn't. He was.
SGA, Donovan Mitchell. That makes sense.
Donovan Mitchell. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Because SGA and Luka like guaranteed like first team. Tatum guaranteed first team. Guaranteed first team. Jokic guaranteed first team. Him or Embiid.
and he's never been a first or second team All NBA player. You can't be a superstar if you've never been a first or second All NBA. And I just think that people are. He was disrespected so much. People feel this offseason that people are, or this before the postseason started with the whole overrated thing, that now people want to heap all this praise on him. And I get it, mad clutch, respect, but it's levels and not yet. Got potential, but not yet. Not yet.
I think he's a superstar, Dave.
Yeah. Who talking about?
Embiid.
Embiid.
I think Embiid is a superstar.
Man.
Because James Harden was a superstar as an MVP.
He was. He was.
You know?
He was at some point. You know who
Embiid
missing
is
a
always
superstar
hurt.
though? You know who missing a superstar though, bro? The Knicks. The Knicks missing a superstar, bro. The Knicks missing. Notice we didn't mention Brunson or Cat at all in this conversation, man. We didn't mention either one of them cats at all in this conversation, man.
Gosh.
And it's going back to this conversation. We still on the same series, not the same topic, but the same series. We saw the collapse. We saw the collapse in game 1. I have my take on it, but I want to ask you, Joe, seeing how the series has unfolded since then, Joe Jordan, JJ, my boy, do you believe game 1, as crazy as it sounds, cost the Knicks the series?
No. No. Do I think because they lost game 1, they up 3, they down 3-1? Yeah, maybe. Right? Maybe. You know, but is that the reason why they're losing the series? Okay, if we're going to take away the collapse in game 1, can we take away the collapse the Pacers had in game 3? Can we do that?
Fair point.
Can we do that? Can we take away the 2 collapses? 3, I should add. Boston had against the Knicks? Should we do that also? Because people, oh no, Joe, it was so historic. No one has ever came back like the Pacers did to the Knicks. Well, no one has missed so many open 3 that the Boston Celtics did against the Knicks and allowed a comeback. So I'm not going to go that route. And even if the Knicks win game 1, which I expect them to do win game 1, because I had the Pacers winning the 6, you know, I still think the Pacers will win the series. Number 1, the Pacers are really good at home. Right, they're very good at home. Now I understand they lost a home game twice this year in game 3, but the Pacers they play really well at home. Number 2, the way the Pacers play is it's the complete opposite of how the New York Knicks want to play. Soon Neesmith or somebody hits a 3, they up in your face. Soon Haliburton hits a 3, they up in your face. They are constantly putting pressure on the ball handlers 24/7. It's to the point now when you watch this series, Brunson don't even bring the ball up for real. You see guys like Josh Hart, you know, Mikal Bridges, because they put so much pressure on Taylor Brunson from start to finish. And then on defense, they are going to exploit the weakness. Cat, Brunson, your 2 best guys, they're getting killed defensively. They're becoming like literally like it got to a point when Tibbs is like, you know what? I can't play these two at the same time. Let me take Cat out and let me let Brunson do his thing because we're going to have one weak link on the court. And let me take Brunson out and put Cat in the game because we got one weak link on the court. So I still think no matter if they won game 1 or not, they would have lost this series regardless. Now, is it a heartbreaker? Is it an anomaly? Is it like has it ever happened up until now? No, it hasn't. But I could also say the same thing will happen in Boston, and that's how the Knicks got here. And then also the Pacers, it wasn't a historic collapse, but they also collapsed in game 3 and got it up. So I'm going to say no, that's not the reason why they lost. They are losing the series, and they will lose the series.
I wanna. So they in the comments lighting us up about the Haliburton thing real quick. And I just want to address because I know Dave agreed with this.
Young superstar, I say up and coming.
I think we both agree that these guys have potential to be superstars.
I think that's what he's saying.
I agree, but because Von also earlier in the conversation said he is a superstar to me. Young superstar, yes. Is he a superstar right now? There's no way anybody can convince me that you would take Haliburton over the 5-6 guys we mentioned. Maybe Luka, because everybody not a Luka guy, and I know Von is not a Luka guy. But everybody else in the conversation, there's no way. I don't believe Haliburton is a true needle mover against a real superstar with the team that's just as good as they beat the Bucks, but like the Bucks aren't as good as the Pacers, especially if they not healthy. Like the Pacers got a nice team around him. Now when they play OKC, we gonna see the difference between a young superstar and a superstar, bruh.
I gotta
To
disagree
me,
with
there's
you.
going to be to me, it's going to be a difference.
I gotta disagree with you. Now, I feel like what makes the Pacers motor go is Tyrese Haliburton. We gotta not. What's the problem with the Bucks is the lack of ball moving on offense. It's a lack of offensive execution without Giannis going one on one for real. But you put Tyrese Haliburton over there with the kind of guy they got shooters over there in Milwaukee. They got guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way everything is being operated over there is terrible versus how it is in Indiana. Now, the coaching has a lot to do with it. I'm not going to put all on Tyrese Haliburton, but Tyrese Haliburton is that piece that allows this to work. Like we just talked about it. The man got 11 games with 15 plus assists with 0 turnovers. He had no triple-double with no turnovers. That's unheard of nowadays. On no turnovers, on 15 assists and 30-plus points and 10 rebounds. So, Giannis, I mean, the man average, I think he's third in the playoffs right now in turnovers.
Let me ask you a question before I quickly move on. So Anthony Edwards, he's now been to 2 conference finals back to back. Is he not the engine that makes the Wolves go?
I do. I believe that. Yeah.
Better example. Perfect example. Because this is what this reminds me of.
Okay.
Is Jimmy Butler a superstar?
No.
But Jimmy has the ability to elevate to that caliber in the postseason.
I think
he can be that.
I think Jimmy's like, if you say he's a superstar, I won't fight you for real. And if you say he's not, I really won't fight you also. He's like the reason why, because he goes ghost in the regular season. Like he don't do nothing. But Tyrese, go ahead.
My thing, and I agree, but my thing is, bro, it has to be not only playoffs, it's got to be all year. For me, I don't feel comfortable starting this conversation just off of what we just saw. I don't feel comfortable off of this playoff run. If we wasn't saying it off, he was better. Statistically, I didn't bring it up. Statistically, he was better last year in the postseason. Nobody said he was a superstar. Nobody said he was a superstar last year. This year, it's because he's making all these clutch shots. And that's got everybody like, and he's been big in huge moments. And it's like, oh my gosh. But it's like, in the grand scheme of things, bro, I think I just need to see over a course of time him continue to play at this level, not only in the postseason, but in the regular season.
I think Vaughn said it right here.
Period of time.
Vaughn said it right here. First, he said they are young. This week, secondly, he said they are young superstars, which I believe that is a young superstars is like up and coming. It's like okay, they on the rise. And then he said it right here. They just gotta fill up their resume. True. That's exactly what AJ is saying. Like he's saying, like
you got to do it for a period of time. Like superstars earn that name over a period of time. Some guys we don't even want to give to. Some guys we don't even want to get a superstar tag to until they win a championship for real.
No, while Vaughn in the comments, all right. We got to slow our roll because just like the whole Julius Randle thing, we was like, oh, apologize to Julius Randle. And then look at him now. He's terrible. Now we got to do it for a full playoff run for us to say that was he did good in the playoffs. Now we want to call somebody a superstar. He has to have a rap sheet. Like he has to have okay, what's your resume?
Joe, he got to do it with expectations, bro.
That's key.
He got to do it with
and that's why Jimmy Butler is lacking superstardom.
Exactly. It's easier doing these type of things, bro. When you in a way kind of playing with house money, like people not expecting the Pacers to go on these runs. But when you're the guy and they expecting you to go, all right, we know the Pacers going to the finals because they got Haliburton. We know they're gonna make a run because they got Haliburton. That brings on another level of expectation that is hard to maintain on a year-to-year basis. That Jokic, Steph, SGA. Who else did I mention? Tatum, Giannis, that they have to work to maintain every single year, bro. Every single year. But I want to move on. I want to move on.
Hey, look, Knicks fans been watching this segment like, hold on, I thought it was about us.
Yeah, it's about y'all. It's about y'all. Did game 1 cost the Knicks the series? Abso-freaking-lutely it did.
Ooh.
Abso-freaking-lutely it did. And I'm gonna explain why. First, y'all know the numbers. And y'all know all the statistics, but I'm gonna put it out there again before I go down this little diatribe that I have to go down through because I was really rooting for the Knicks because I'm really rocking with Cat. I'm really rocking with Cat, and I do like how he's played in this series, by the way.
You
I
called
don't
it.
think he's let me down as far as his play. I knew he would have a big time series, but it just hasn't been enough. In game one, New York led by 14 points with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left to play. 14 points, 2 minutes and 51 seconds left to play. They were up 9 with 58 seconds left. 9 points with a minute left. And you get some possessions. This ain't like football where they can score a touchdown, get an onside kick, and then no. Like you get some opportunities to put points on the board. No team trailing by 9 or more points in the final minute of regulation or overtime has won a playoff game since 1998. That's the year Jordan won his last championship. For the people who do not know. The record before was 0 and 1,414. It is now 1 and 1,414. Additionally, since 1997, the year before Jordan won his last championship, no team has lost a playoff game leading by 14 or more with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in regulation or overtime. The leading team in that scenario was 977-0 going into that game. The record is now 977-1. This is literally a historic collapse. Literally, I've seen teams come back, and this is why I don't like the comparison, Joe. When you say, do we take away from what happened with the Celtics, and do we take away what happened with the Pacers in game 3? And bro, we've seen in the game today, we have seen teams come back from down 20 countless times. We've seen teams miss shots, turn the ball over, and things of that nature. What we haven't seen is teams giving up a 9-point lead with a minute left in the playoffs at the crib, bro. And this is the thing. This is more so because I like. So you answered the question in the way that says the Pacers was gonna win anyway. I'm answering, and you're putting respect on the Pacers, which I don't mind. My take on it is the Pacers have been playing so well. You can't give them that. You can't give them that. Because now what that does, when you give them game 1 to start the Eastern Conference Finals at the crib, is it puts all the pressure on you to win game 2. And now you playing tight, right? Now you playing tight-lipped. You playing, you know what I'm saying, in the way you're not accustomed to playing, because we have to absolutely win this game. Because guess what? You're not winning back-to-back games in Indiana. It's not happening, bro. And the thing about Indiana, they not like any other average playoff team. Minnesota Timberwolves, they'll beat you game 1 and they'll let game 2 go. They'll let it go. We did our job. We seen the Lakers, to bring up a team that I watch routinely. We seen the Lakers in 2022. Man, they're still game 1 and they taking game 2 off. We've seen several teams throughout the history of the NBA playoffs win game 1, take game 2 off if they on the road, knowing they're going back to the crib. We ain't got to go that hard. That ain't the Pacers, bro. They win that first game. Oh, we going for the second one because they playing with house money. They playing with house money. We saw it in the Cavs series. They won game 1. Oh yeah, we coming for game 2 too. And they came out and stole game 2 in the final couple of seconds of that game. And so if you're the New York Knicks, I knew, and me and Joe, we've been having this back and forth kind of banter because I picked the Knicks to win in 7. He picked the Pacers to win in 6. And after every game, Joe's like, hey, man, Knicks or Pacers in 6, Pacers in 6. And I've been hanging on to, man, Knicks in 7. The truth is, when they lost game 1 going into game 2, you lose that game, it's over. Series over. I don't know how many games, but you're not winning it. It's a wrap. I can hold on to, I'm going to go down with the ship because I picked them to win. But I know good and dang well when they lost game 2, the series is done for. It's over with. Because even if you give us a little hope in game 3, you're not going to win game 4. Even if you give us a little hope in game 4, you're not going to win game 3. Indiana not going for that. They play too well at home. And so, yes, that's why I feel like losing that game changed the whole trajectory of the entire series. Yes, you still had a chance to come back and make a run, come back and win some games for sure. But losing that game, the way they lost that game, they didn't recover. They didn't recover a game 2. Yeah, they barely, by the hairs on their chin, recovered in game 3. But Real Eyes was like, yeah, bro, it's over with. It's over with. And shout out to Haliburton, because he definitely put the foot on their neck and said, look, y'all ain't getting both these games at Indiana. I'm finna go for, what was it, 35, 12, and 15 or something like that?
It's crazy.
Come on, man.
No turnovers.
Man. And one thing I want to say about the Knicks, and I'll pass this back to you, Joe. Sometimes I can't stand the way they play, man. Sometimes, man, you got guys on the team just playing out their body, bro. Sometimes you got guys on the team doing too much, bro. This guy McBride be killing me sometimes, bro. McBride be out there trying to dribble the air out the ball sometimes. I watch him play. I'm just like, come off the ball, bro. Come off the ball, bro. Come off the ball, bro. You should see me watching the game, bro. Anytime he touches the ball, he take more than a couple dribbles. I'm like, all right, bro, you doing too much. Come off the ball, and it's a turnover or a missed shot or a bad shot. I feel the same way about Josh Hart to an extent. I really like him as a player because they have him playing like the 4, and he be down there begging, getting rebounds and things of that nature. But he does it from time to time. Like, bro, come off the ball. As much respect as I have for OG been tripping, in my opinion, eye test wise, all series. He been. It's a bad matchup for OG. It's a bad matchup for OG. It's and the last thing, like I said, I know I said last thing a couple times ago. I'm gonna say this.
You good. Go ahead, rock.
I'm gonna say this too. Why don't the Knicks play big from time to time? Play big from time to time. Why not play Cat and Mitchell Robinson from time to time? Why not? Because it seemed like a lot of times when Cat is out there, it's like either we going to play Cat or we going to play Mitchell Robinson. Sometimes, man, when you getting killed on the boards and you scrapping for loose balls, they look like the Lakers sometimes struggling to get rebounds. Put them both out there and just see what it look like. Because Siakam gave you 40 in game 2. I ain't bring that up yet. Sometimes, bro, just put
crazy.
the extra, sometimes put the size out there and just see what happens, bro. But, yeah, try it again. I ain't see it. Try it again. Try it for an extended period of time. Because Cat can play on the perimeter. Try it for an extended period of time. But go ahead, Joe.
So this is I'm trying to find it. Hey, Ty, you probably know, you are in the chat. I am not surprised. This is why I can't give you it was historic, right? Because
statistically it was, Joe.
But the Pacers were historic against the Cavs too. So this is a team who already did something historic like this against the Cavs. I don't know the record. I don't know. It's Ty, correct me. It's something like with the last minute. It was the same situation. It was up like 9 or something like that. And against the Bucks. Remember the Bucks and OT. So there were like historic. It's a historic number with both of those games. And the Pacers have been having this historic clutch run. So the fact that it was the Pacers that did it, I can't call it like flukish because they've done it twice already, literally. So, but I don't know this. I can't find a stat, but there's a stat that talks about it for the Bucks series and definitely the Cavs series.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Joe or anybody. Didn't they make that transition at the start of Game 3? Didn't they decide to bench Hart at the start of Game 3?
Or was that Mitchell Robinson starting? Yeah.
Yeah. What was that? Was that Game 3 or Game 4?
That was Game 3.
They won Game 3. Now, granted, they was down 20 and they came back at the end.
Yeah.
That's true. So that's valid. That's valid. But I still think in spurts, you ain't got to run that lineup the whole game. But I just feel like in spurts, when they getting dominated on the boards, put them both out there, bro. That's my bad. Go ahead.
No, I agree 100% because he played Mitchell Robinson and the type of offense the Pacers play, you got to put Mitchell Robinson here and there because he played in the whole first quarter. And I know he was burnt after that first quarter.
Bro.
Man, his production after that dropped. He basically did. I don't think he scored. I think he scored like 4 points after that, but he had like 10 in the first quarter. Something crazy. But like, he played the whole first quarter, and after that, he was just like, I know he was out of it because of how the Pacers play.
But I want to add to this before we move on, Joe, real quick. What you said about the Cavs series and about the Bucks series is exactly why I am even harder on the Knicks, bro. You just saw this.
Yeah.
You just saw this, bro, twice in 2 different series. That literally determined, well, I won't say determined the Bucks series because that series, they was already down 3-1. But you saw it in the closeout game. And you saw it determine the Cavs series when they came back and won the second game. You saw them. There is no room for mistakes. There is no room for turnovers and missed free throws and things of that nature. I know their defense is serious in the last 2 minutes of the game. I don't want to take away from that. But bro, come on, bro. And this is the thing, Joe. We can say all day it happened in the Buck series and it happened in the Cavs series, Joe. No, it didn't. The record was 0-1,414, and the other one was 977 and 0. This legit never happened, bro. And y'all allowed this meltdown on y'all watch at the crib, bro. After y'all didn't see these guys do almost the same thing to two other teams. If I'm playing the Pacers, I'm on pins and needles the whole game. Until the clock go off. We make your throws. No turnovers. Time out here. We don't need to be doing nothing extra. And OG losing. What's bro name? Blanking on his name. Dude for the Pacers that hit all them threes.
Neesmith. He had 5 in a row, bro.
And OG just losing this man on defense. Just
and Josh
him,
Hart.
Bro. That's what credit, bro.
5 threes.
I listen, bro. I wanna credit to the Pacers for doing this stuff, but we can't just look at the Pacers in these situations without looking at the team that's melting down.
Yeah,
bro.
It takes 2.
Come on, bro. It takes 2 to tango, bro.
Yeah,
y'all legit melting down, bro. Y'all are giving them opportunities to win the game in the final minute of the game. It's mind blowing, bro.
The game was crazy.
It's mind blowing, bro. Like it's like, what are y'all doing out here, bro?
I like this comment right here though. J-Mo, he said they both have won games they shouldn't have. But outside of that, the Pacers have controlled the series for real.
Listen, bro, I'm gonna keep saying this till I'm blue in the face, bro. Coming back from 20 and winning a game is different than coming back from 9 with a minute left in the fourth, bro.
All right, look,
you can say one, you can say both are meltdowns, but it's levels to the meltdown.
No, it is though. And then the ball went up in the air and went in. That was crazy.
Come on, it's levels to that.
But look,
if one meltdown destroys you mentally, like my bad, Joe. One meltdown kind of will get to you mentally. Like, all right, bro, like. That one hurt, but okay, it's happened before. So, the other meltdown, you go to the locker room like, bro, we was up by 9 with a minute.
How we lose?
Come on, bro. It's a difference, bro.
But look,
my bad, Joe. Go ahead.
Ignore the first half of that message. The second half of the message is, outside of that, the Pacers have controlled the series, which tells me they will win this series regardless if you take out game 1.
But can I say, if you win game 1, if you close the deal game 1 and they win that game by 10 points, are we still saying that?
Who? If they win game 1 by 10 points?
If they close the game and they was up 9, if they close the game and win the game by 9 points, and the Pacers win game 2, and then the Knicks win game 3, and the Pacers win game 4, do you still say that?
But the Pacers, even in game 1, Pacers had full control of that game. And then at the end of the game, when Brunson got in foul trouble, the Knicks made like a big run at the end of the game.
Fair.
The Pacers controlled that game too.
It
hasn't been a game I watched where I was like, dang, the Knicks are in control. It's been the Pacers. Now, I'm not saying they've been dominating, but they've been in control.
You can make the argument they've been in control. I got you.
But man, like Tyrese Haliburton, he knows how to do his thing. He need to teach Anthony Edwards something a little bit because he ain't got things in control right now. I mean, I'm looking at the score, AJ. It's up. I know you looking at it. I'm
not actually. I stopped after I seen 9-26. I stopped looking, bro. What is it?
The score is 65-32. Halftime. It's halftime. Look, Anthony Edwards, your boy, 3 from 10, 0 for 5 from 3. 9 points. SGA doing SGA things. 8 for 14. Only shot 2 threes. For the free throw merchants, only 3 free throws. Got 20 in the first half. Chet Holmgren got 15, and J Doug got 15 too.
What's Randall doing, bro?
Oh, Randall. Better than that. 3 from 8 from the field. 8 points, but he got 4 turnovers. So AJ, I mean, clearly, I mean, this question is an understatement now. Is Anthony Edwards struggling versus OKC? He came out and said he didn't struggle in game 4. So is he struggling, AJ?
Joe, I think you said it best, man. I think at this point it's pretty much undeniable, bro. I think at this point it's undeniable, bro. But I do want to say OKC defense is serious, bro. It's serious, bro. It's serious. And it seemed like they double team Julius and they double team Ant at the same damn time. It feel like it, bro. It feel like it, bro. It seemed like when Ant got the ball, he got 2-3 players on him. When Julius got the ball, he got 2-3 players on him. It's like OKC got 7 players on the court, and the Wolves got 5. That's what it feel like when I watch these games, bro. The thing about it for Anthony Edwards, I didn't like the post-game press conference when he said, "I'm not struggling. I'm not getting shots and things of that nature. I haven't taken enough shots to say I'm struggling." There's a reason why you're not getting those shots. Now, the reason we could take it to coaching to an extent, but I'm gonna focus on him for the moment.
Okay.
He don't know. He has not figured out the best way to deal with double teams just yet. That's been a theme all year. He complained about it earlier in the year, right? And we thought it kind of went away because he figured it out for a moment. When he plays those high-level defenses that double and sometimes triple team him, it's normally an issue for Anthony Edwards. I give him credit for coming off of the basketball and trusting his teammates. As much as we want him to be Kobe Bryant, there are times where Kobe Bryant shot over double teams and shot the Lakers out of basketball games. I know as a Laker fan, I know we like to forget those games, but they happen. He used to shoot us out of games the same way he used to shoot us in games. There were moments where we said, yo, you got Powell wide open. Shannon Brown wide, Lamar wide open under the basket, and Kobe shooting over 2-3 guys missing. And then there was games where he would hit it and we'd be like, oh, Kobe, look at it's Kobe. So like I give him credit for coming off the basketball, right? But in this series, bro, they have game plan for that man so well, bro. They not switching off them screens. Anytime they bring a screen up, bro, they going under the screen and the second defender chasing them from behind, the other defender in his face. And these ain't average defenders. This is Alex Caruso. This is SGA. This is Jalen Williams.
Lou
Dort. These ain't these high level defenders, bro. These ain't. It's a struggle taking one of these guys one-on-one. Like one of these guys might slow a star down. We saw just last series, right? Alex Caruso giving Jokic a hard time, bruh. We just saw that, bruh. And Jokic is 7 feet tall. Anytime Jokic put the ball on the ground, ball gone. Jokic get the ball, okay, I'm looking to pass. All of a sudden, Alex Caruso jump off defending Jokic and jump into the pass lane. Pick, going down, or turnover, going down the other way. Like, these guys can defend at a high level. So Anthony Edwards has a lot to work on. He got to figure out where his spots are on the floor and things of that nature because that's a big issue. I agree with Vaughn in the comments. He got to get his mid-range back to where it was last season. Last season, he was a mid-range assassin, but the three-pointer wasn't as good as it is this season, right? This season, it's all about the three-point line, but he not making the mid-range shots. Half the time, he not even taking the mid-range shots. It's either I'm getting to the lane and dunking or laying the ball up, or I'm shooting three-point shots. And that honestly is playing into OKC's hands because we gonna double team you out here and make you shoot tough threes. And when you drive in on our bigs, we got 3 people down there too, somehow, some way. I don't know how they do it, but they do. And so I want to give credit to OKC. Big picture though. A lot of this ain't an Anthony Edwards issue. A lot of this is an issue that I have been pointing out for the longest of time. They need another legitimate ball handler. Who is the other legitimate ball handler that's going to put pressure on the defense? Who is it? It's not Randall. Randall was that guy from time to time throughout the season, but not against this defense. Like I say, anytime Randall put the ball on the floor, it's gone because he's not the type of ball. He could do it in spurts, but he's not that great of a ball handler. Mike Conley can handle the ball, but he can't put pressure on the defense, bro. And so I said this to start the season, and I was saying it in the playoffs that got away with it because Anthony Edwards and the team was good enough to beat the Lakers with no bigs, and it was good enough, I believe, to beat the Warriors with Steph, for sure without Steph Curry. They were good enough to beat the Warriors. But now you're in a situation where Anthony Edwards almost has to be on the ball because he is the best ball handler. He's bringing the ball up, and they gonna double team you at half court. They're going to fight you for the ball every chance they get. They're going to tire you out. You're not going to have legs in the fourth quarter, and nobody else is able to take that offensive load off of him and shot create for other people. What should have been done, Joe, is this offseason, you should have made a trade for another point guard. Or, since you drafted Rob Dillingham, you should have given Rob Dillingham opportunities throughout the regular season to get him ready for a moment like this. Because I don't care that some guys, he's a rookie, he's only 19, he's small, so what? Let me tell y'all something. This OKC team is a team that if you're going to beat them, you got to empty the clip. Any weapon you got to try it, bruh. Try it, bruh. That's why TSJ is out there. Terrence Shannon Jr., they put him out there. You see how well he's playing? That spark off the bench, a rookie, young, athletic, can do it on both sides. Dillingham might be a liability defensively. Is Mike Conley not at this point? Are they not exploiting Mike Conley? Anytime somebody got a matchup with Mike Conley, it's come here, let's have his dance. Come on, bro. And Mike Conley not gonna give you the punch offensively that Rob Dillingham is gonna give you, because he gonna have off games, but he gonna shoot the ball well some games too, and he's going to play make. You can make the argument he's the second best ball handler on the team. Not to mention he was a top 10 draft pick that y'all moved up to draft. So to me, this is a Anthony Edwards issue. He has a lot to work on for sure. He has a ton to work on, bro. But at the same time, I'm not saying Mike Conley don't deserve tick, because he does. But the spell for Mike Conley, when you need another playmaker or another point guard or another guy that can come out there and take a little pressure off Ant so he could get to that block, he could get to that elbow, maybe take a few better shots. Maybe instead of getting double teamed at the half court line or 3 feet away from the 10 feet away from the 3-point line, they try to bring a double team at the elbow. And that makes it a little easier for Anthony Edwards to make decisions because you're a lot closer to the rim. Maybe that would help out to an extent. You know what I mean? Even Jalen Clark, bro. Where is Jalen Clark? Jalen Clark was a huge piece for them during the regular season. Scrappy, young. First off, young. And you need young, energetic talent against these guys, bro. Young, scrappy. Would be a great guy to throw at SGA and Jalen Williams. Not to say he'd shut them down, but just another body to throw at those guys that could play and play hard, right? With no expectations, can shoot the ball from the outside and can score. Why not? Why not, bro? Well, it blows my mind, but Joe, I knew all along, if Coach Finch don't play his young talent or trust his young talent, at some point it's gonna come to bite him. But before I give it back to you, circling back to Anthony Edwards, gotta hold you accountable, because you got over 60 combined points from Dante DiVincenzo, from Jaden McDaniels, from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. 2 points in the first quarter, or 2 shots, not even points. We ain't talking about points. 2 shots in the first quarter. 13 shots for the game. That's unacceptable, bro. So, yeah, you got to admit that you're struggling, but I'll be a real one and say it ain't all on you. It's not all your fault that you're struggling, but you damn sure struggling, bro. It's the truth. You're definitely struggling out here, bro.
Yeah, I was disappointed in his comments that he said, I didn't struggle. I didn't take enough shots to struggle. Why didn't you take enough shots? You know what I mean? Like, so here's my thing. Game 3, AJ. First of all, correct me if I'm wrong, AJ. Every game this series, I don't think I've seen a different way they guarded Anthony Edwards. Have you seen anything different from
From
game
SGA?
4? No, Anthony Edwards.
Well,
How OKC is guarding Anthony Edwards? Is
well,
there? Go ahead.
Dave, shout out to Dave, and I was hoping he would give me these numbers for SGA too, but he only had it for Anthony Edwards. The double team percentages are staggering.
Okay.
Game 3, his best game of the series, they only double teamed him 11.8% of the time. Right? Game 2, where he was a little bit better than game 1, they double teamed him 21 or 22.7% of the time. Game 4, 46.7% of the time. So
Okay.
game 4, they made a conscious effort to get the ball out of his hands. But I said that way. I knew
Where
that
was
was
the
going to
double
happen.
team though? When he
I mean,
drives,
80,
right?
what was that?
When he drives, not as soon. I
Any,
don't think he blitzed him.
anytime he drives or when he called for picks, bro, they not switching on him.
Oh,
When you watch SGA play, right? Because the Wolves have this thing where SGA. Oh, and Dave just texted me. SGA getting double teamed 9.8% of the time in this series.
Here's the reason though. I got you. So first, let me break down my thing first. No, I'm gonna get to that. All right. Game 3, back against the wall. You down 0-2. Got blown out twice. What do Ant does? What do Ant do? He comes out aggressive. In the first quarter, he was 6 from 8. He had 16 points and he had 5 rebounds. That just tells me your aggression right there. You had 5 rebounds in the first quarter, and y'all won by 42 because the bench showed up,
Right.
and so did you. Game 4 in the first quarter, you take not 2, AJ. He took 1 shot in the first quarter. He was 1 for 1 in the first quarter. 2 points, 1 rebound. That right there told me like, okay, he's not aggressive. And he played the whole first quarter. And guess what? Your team only lost what, 3 or 2? If you would have showed up, you might have won by 40 again. Like,
but there is a difference between 9.8 and 40. What is it? 46.7, bro.
he said no. I'm gonna tell you.
And I'm talking about in the percentage of double team.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
This is what Vaughn is talking about. He has to develop a midi. When SGA gets the ball, they kind of they sink into the paint. But SGA knows how to get to his spots without drawing a double team, because if you double off rip, he's not gonna call a pick. SGA already called screens for real. He gets the ball and he goes in isolation mode. He gets to a spot in the mirror. He don't just drive. When Anthony Edwards drive, they're going to double. But before you can bring the double, SGA is getting a shot off with the midi, or he's dishing it out for an open 3. But Anthony Edwards he's playing like a 2-level scorer in these playoffs. That's the difference.
I get what you're getting at, and I think that makes, when you watch the game, that makes a ton of sense. And I agree. To help alleviate that, Anthony Edwards has to work on his mid-range game. But what I also notice, what the Wolves like to do, the Wolves trust their wing defenders a ton. They trust Anthony Edwards. They really trust Jaden McDaniels. They trust Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And they trust Rudy, especially, oddly enough, on the perimeter. Last season, he was really good defending on the perimeter when they switched screens. This season, not so much. In the playoffs, which is why we saw it when they matched up against Luka in the playoffs, they switch. They don't trap or double team off screens. They don't even go under, none of that. They switch, and then you got that matchup with Rudy. I vividly remember multiple times in almost every game in this series where SGA did get that screen, and he switched, and he had Rudy at the top of the key, and he said, let's have this. Matter of fact, I don't even want to dance. I'm just going to shoot. And he shot trays over Rudy. So what I'm getting at is, I feel you, but at every turn, it feels like they doubling Ant, bro. Especially just in this most recent game. When you go back and you watch it, because see, you said this in the chat. You said they playing SGA and Ant the same way. SGA just better at getting to his spots. And at the time, I'm like, yeah, I feel you. And I was, you know what I'm saying? But when you go back and you watch the game, it don't feel like that, bro. It feel like when he bringing the ball up. Now, some of this is on the Wolves. Maybe they assigned too many screens. But when he bring that ball up and that screen come, that double coming every time, bro. They going under. It's a guy, whoever's guarding the screener, he's stepping up, and the guy running behind you stepping up, and it's forcing Anthony Edwards to do a jump pass. Almost, when you watch it, almost every time. And that's not the case for SGA. I think some of it is the Wolves are a little bit more afraid of not only did they trust their wing defenders and their lengthy defenders, but at the same time, they kind of scared of Jalen Williams. They're also kind of scared of Chet. They scared of them guys because you know them guys can torch you. Guys like Wiggins, guys like Lou Dort, they really can kind of torch you. So they don't double team as much as they probably should and make someone else beat you. It's like we just gonna trust, you know, Jaden McDaniels, or we might trust Ant in this situation because we know y'all great defenders. We just gonna give y'all that opportunity. Or maybe even them players, you know, players got egos too. Maybe some of them players like, yo, that's the MVP. I want to check him man to man. Forget I don't need no help. But from what I see, they do it sometimes. But the only time I really see the double come for SGA is when they play in that zone. When they go into that 2-3 zone and SGA is at the top and makes a quick move. Because I remember one play, he came around the screen and a double came to the middle of the paint. Like you said, if Ant was to drive, that double team would be there. SGA faked like he was going to drive. Then he wrapped around, threw a pass to, I believe, Lou Dort on the wing. And he shot, or it might have been Jalen Williams, and he shot a 3. They'll double team then in the fourth quarter when the zone was set up. He'll take a dribble to the right into the zone, let the zone collapse, then kick. We saw that. But just we playing man-to-man, we going to double team in man-to-man. That's not happening that often, bro. It's not happening as often as you think it is, bro.
Now,
but SGA is more equipped to deal with it than Ant, and that's what Ant has to work on.
Now, with the whole Luka thing, the game plan for Luka, you don't double Luka because he becomes more dangerous because he's a terrific passer. So you just have to live with Luka scoring whatever he scores, and you can still get the dub. That's how. I mean, look at Luka's playoff record. He like averaged 30 plus, but he like early in his career he kept losing except for last year. But now, am I saying that SGA got double the exact same amount in Game 4? Maybe I'm not saying that, but the 9% and the 40-something% is exaggerating if you're just looking at the numbers. But when you're looking at how SGA and Anthony Edwards play, there's a reason why the double team is much higher when Ant gets the ball because Ant is either shooting the 3 or he's driving to the basket. SGA is slow walking and picking his spot. When I watch Anthony Edwards, bro, like literally he'll call the screen, he'll make a move, and they call that a double team because they try to in the screen they try to like trap, which you're supposed to do. He will split the double team, he'll go to the rack, and then another guy step up and he'll finish. But my issue with Anthony Edwards, he was not aggressive. He was not attacking. When you play the Lakers, they doubled you then. Now, and the numbers might not be the same. Well, I get it. But you got double in that. I remember that game 1 when you didn't really shoot well, but you facilitated and your team got off. And you were putting pressure on the defense. When I watched that game against OKC, and they were going neck and neck, I told you this over the phone. Now, one time, as a guy who picked OKC to win in 5, and I thought and said, I don't think OKC gonna lose this game because you had J-Dub, Chad, and SGA going against DiVincenzo, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, and who else? Who's right there? Jaden McDaniels. I mean, what? This ain't gonna last the whole game. It kind of did for real, but you know what I'm saying? If Ant was going off, then maybe I'm like, oof, it's going to be tough because they can't stop Ant. He's capable of keeping this up. But when they kill Alexander Walker, the one that's cooking, and DiVincenzo, I'm like, yo, there's no way. Nah, they're going to close them boys out. And that's what they did. You know, shout out to the fan that tried to save the game for the Timberwolves. That was a good catch, too, by the way. But,
yeah, no, facts.
But, yes, Anthony Edwards is struggling because he said, I didn't get enough shots. Okay, how about the second half? In the second half, you got 13 shots up. You shot 38% from the field, and you was 1 for 7 from 3. You had 4 assists and 4 turnovers. That's not struggling. And only 2 rebounds. You struggle. Like, you struggle based on the numbers. You struggle based on your aggressiveness. You know, and I get it. A lot of it going to coach, which is crazy because the coach is coaching him to get the ball at your hands. Like, when you get doubled, trust your teammates, get the ball at your hands. But then when they ask you about Anthony Edwards, like, how can what they asked him something about, like, how can
he said he got to get himself going or something.
I was like, dang.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, dang. He got to get himself going. How about you as a coach, draw something up to free your man up or something? Like, come on, man. When he said that, AJ, I was like, oh, AJ ain't gonna like this because
Bro.
you've been on this coach all year.
Bro, I've been up and down with Coach Finch quite a bit. When I first moved to Minnesota, I couldn't stand Coach Finch because I felt like he didn't know when to call timeouts and when not to. He let the Memphis Grizzlies come back from 220, I think it was 220
point leads. Yes,
in one basketball game. And I think it was a playoff
yes.
game.
Yes.
And he ended the game with 2 timeouts in his back pocket.
Yeah, I remember that.
So like he that was a big issue for me, and I always said when he matches up with the elite coaches, he gonna get exposed. But then they made that run last year, and I didn't put the loss to the Mavs on him. I put it more so on Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards and them guys melting down towards the end. More so on Cat than anybody, if I'm being honest. But I put it more so on those guys, right? This series, I'm not fully putting it on him. I think it's on him. I think it's on Ant. I think it's on Julius Randle. I can't blame the role players. Obviously, OKC is a great basketball team, but the way I'm looking at it, this series should be 2-2. If one of them guys step up, if Julius or Anthony Edwards step up and make a few shots down the stretch, they win that basketball game. You were sitting there watching saying, man, they got to go up against Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Jaden McDaniels, and Dante DiVincenzo, and we got SGA, Chet, and Jalen Williams. Ain't no way we losing this game. I'm sitting back watching like, at some point, Ant or Julius, they right there. At some point, if they just make a couple shots, bro, they're going to win this game. It's 2-2. We're looking at a completely different series. But no, neither one of them. I think Ant hit 1-3 over Chet. And the one time I can recall them being in drop coverage off of a screen, he came off the screen and shot that tray over Chet. And they went right back to double teaming him, bro. It's like, I give credit to OKC, bro. OKC deserves immense credit. They have sensational defense, bro. I can't tap dance around. They are special defensively. And then you got SGA, who we about to get to in a second. SGA is obviously a problem, reigning league MVP. And then you getting that number 2 option that I was afraid that you might not get in Jalen Williams. And then you getting Chet fully stepping into his role with confident as can be, playing well as well. They are a great team. But go ahead. I was gonna say, but if one of them dudes step up and they lost by 2 points, bro.
Yeah.
They lost by 2 points, bro. It take a lot to beat those guys. This is why I picked OKC. It takes a lot. Remember I said in all of these games that Denver won last series, look at what it took. It took Jokic, it took Jamal, and it took this role player and that role player, and then this role player and that role player, and then this role player. So in that game, it's going to take those role players, and at least one of y'all might have to go for 25 to 30. At least one of y'all, bro.
Facts. Hey, look, I want to get shout out because SGA said it's best because, and I know you know this watching. He said we rarely run anything for Chat. He's literally getting his through the flow of the game, and that's so true. The offense is literally they only run plays for SGA. They might throw a lob for Chat. They might run that, get a lob for him, but it's really for SGA and J-Dub, and they create for everybody else. So shout out to Chat, man, because he get his the harder way. Like it be the end of the shot clock, he get the ball in his hands, and he just ISO Rudy Gobert and just cook him.
That man going off, and credit to they have earned what they up 33 right now. Or is it 23? Look like it's 23. They deserve it, bro.
23. Nah. 23. Nah, bro.
They
up 83 to 57.
Oh my goodness. My what's the name made refresh, bro. Goodness gracious.
And look, I'm getting notifications from the chat, and they said random stepping out. I look at the score, I'm like, Dave's 83-57. What the heck?
It's over with now, bro. The man was unplayable for 2 fourth quarters in the series. It's over with now.
Bro. And
when he lost that last, I said, Joe, this is the perfect time to record. The Wolves done. Respect to them, they done. They not winning in OKC. It's not happening right now. At least if they had the confidence of the previous game, they'd have a shot. But they're not winning in OKC. OKC is they're a tank at the crib, bro. They're a tank at the crib, bro. It is what it is. But speaking of OKC, to wrap it up, we gotta give credit where it's due.
Gotta give
my boy JJ, Joe Jordan said something well before the playoffs started. My ad. He said, AJ, I'm gonna tell you right now. I think you're gonna be shocked. I think you're gonna see Kobe-esque. I said, what are you talking about? He didn't go into detail there. It was ending the show. The next show, he hinted at it again. I think we're gonna see a Kobe-esque playoff run. I said, bro, what? Then the next show, he said, you know what? I'm gonna just fill in the blank for you. Since you're not filling in the blank, I gotta help you out. All right. SGA is going to have a Kobe Bryant-like run this postseason. I said, Joe, stop talking to me. Stop talking to me, Joe. I'm not trying to. Because when we bring up Kobe Bryant, that's a lot for me. But watching this playoff run, he on his way to the NBA Finals, and he putting up numbers, showing up in big time moments. So, Joe, do you feel like you was right? Do you feel like this is his Kobe-esque Finals run?
Man, listen, man. SGA is special, dog. And this is what I liked about Kobe in the postseason. The big games, especially ones on the road, he closed them out. He was the one that he probably didn't shoot well. He probably didn't shoot a high percentage, but he was aggressive, and you can say that was a Kobe game in the playoffs. And I feel like through these whole playoffs, it's been underrated, but he had these moments in the playoffs. And it might not just be the fourth quarter. It could be the second quarter. It could be the first quarter. It could be setting the tone. I just talked about Anthony Edwards set the tone game 3, but he didn't set it game 4. So those are Kobe moments you got to have in the playoffs to like snatch momentum, to spark momentum. I'm going to just quickly try to run down SGA's playoff Kobe moments in my opinion, right? Against Memphis, they up 3-0. This is like a Kobe moment against like a Utah Jazz, all right? Against Memphis, you go back to Memphis and they fighting and clawing. And what SGA does, he has his best game of the series because he didn't shoot well the first 2 games. He has 38 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and only 1 turnover. And he was clutch down the stretch to close them out. He had a clutch midi. Against Denver, we all remember what happened game 1, AJ. Chet missed those free throws. The coach he didn't call timeout to advance the ball, right? So they choked in game 1. SGA knew they needed game 2. You cannot go down 0-2 against the Denver Nuggets and lose it both games at home. So what he do in game 2? In game 2, after losing, he comes out, shoot 100% from the field in the first quarter and have 13 points. Sets the tone. Boom.
You know what that remind me of, not to cut you off? Remember that series, I believe it was 2009.
Oh, yeah.
The Lakers was playing the Rockets. Yeah, man, I was thinking about when the Lakers was playing the Rockets. They lost game 1. And then you brought it up in the chat, the Shane Battier game.
He can't guard
me game. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Somebody did do that.
Yeah.
I remember that. They won 7 games with the Rockets. This is crazy.
Yep.
And T-Mac got hurt that year. And you know what I mean? Yeah, Ron Artest and Louis Scola. But yeah, so game 2, he comes out and he has 13 points in the first quarter. And then about 24, game over. Boom. Set the tone. Game 3, they lose. Remember, they lose. And SGA didn't play well. He didn't shoot well. He was aggressive, but he was missing. I think he took the game away from J-Dub. It was a J-Dub game, but they kept going through SGA. Game 4, what happens? They go down 2-1. Game 4, he scores 25 points. He got subbed in with 8:57 left in the game. The score was 72-73. They were losing. He scores every field goal except for 2 the rest of the game. J-Dub hit a layup assisted by SGA, and Wallace hit a 3. But outside of that, he scored every field goal after that. Clutch closed them out on the road. I remember I said, man, the youngest won them this game. J-Dub and SGA closed them out. Game 5, he scores 31, and remember him and Jamal Murray and Jokic was going at it, but SGA hit an and-1 midi over Murray. He hit another mid-range jumper, and he hit a 3 to seal the deal. So he was clutching game 5. And then we all know what happened in game 7. They just blew him out. Game 1 against the Timberwolves, he hosting up the trophy. MVP. He comes out. First quarter, he was like 1 for 8. We was like, dang, SGA. But then he shoots. I respect it. It's Kobe-esque. He had 31 points on 27 shots. SGA is very efficient, but he was like, I'm gonna be aggressive this game. I want an MVP. I'm gonna take it. They blew him out. And then game 4, what happened? What happened game 4? I said Ant came out aggressive. What SGA doing game 4? He had 13 points in the first quarter. He knew what type of game it was. Finished the game, 40 points and 10 rebounds, 9 assists, like that, with only 1 turnover. So SGA is definitely having a Kobe run and playing the Pacers. It's gonna be a good game. Oh yeah, by the way, and then also in this game and do 3 quarters, 28, 6, and 7. I mean, it's a closeout game. I think he had 14 in the first quarter in this game. So SGA realized his moment. I said this. I said SGA, everybody keeps saying experience, but SGA is experienced. Like, go back and watch the bubble game against Houston. SGA had 30 in one game. He had like 24 in another game. Like, he was balling. Look back at the Clippers series when they played Kevin Durant and the Warriors. He has playoff experience. The problem is Chattanam don't. But Caruso does. Hartenstein does. They had the guys, the glue guys they need to get their team to the championship. And here's the problem with the NBA. Who are champions that's going to be in a, like, Indiana ain't a champion. New York is not a champion. They ain't got to do with the experience, and they're going to gain the experience. I say the Denver Nuggets was a championship. That was a championship. They won 7 games. They won. And now Indiana, New York, y'all just dog food. Minnesota, I told you. I know you probably saw the real. I don't want to disrespect your man, Ant. Sega and Atari. That's what it is. My boy Atari, SGA and Sega. He ain't there yet. I said SGA is 26, bro. Anthony Edwards is 23. He still got some growing up to do. But SGA, definitely. Like I told you, I saw the number 2. I'm like, damn, 4, that's that too. Oh no, that's just number 2. Go ahead.
I'm gonna make this quick, bro. I'm gonna make this quick because we gotta wrap up.
But, yeah.
I give credit where it's due, bro. I thought you were reaching. Don't get me wrong. I knew SGA was a talented player.
Mm-hmm. But Kobe did.
I knew he was. I mean, but Kobe, the Kobe comparisons, bro. Come on, bro. Like, I'm not doing that. We're not doing this. That's a 5-time champion right there. You know what I mean? Like, few things I love about SGA to wrap up. Number 1, it's Kobe-esque. You mentioned it. His ability to bounce back after a rough game. SGA not going to have 2 bad playoff games in a row. It's not going to happen. If he have a bad game, Ty. If he have a bad game, one game. If he have a bad game, one game, he going to come out and he going to kill you the next game. Right? Last night's game reminded me of one of my favorite Kobe Bryant games. It was against the Utah Jazz. I forget which game of the series it was. I want to say it was game 3 or game 4 of the series. Kobe came out the game before in Utah. He shot 6 of 24. And everybody talked about how inefficient he was and how trash he played in that game. In that following game, they said, we wonder if Kobe's going to come out and if he's going to shoot the same amount of shots, if he's going to be more passive. Kobe came out, shot 24 shots again, and made 16 shots, dropped 38 points. And through the first half or so, couldn't miss a shot. Made everything he threw up and had the straightest face all game. The straightest face all game, bro. Like, his ability to bounce back is one thing. His ability to play composed under pressure, that's another thing that is very Kobe-esque in his playoffs, because the Denver Nuggets put him in a lot of pressurized situations. They did. I picked Denver because I didn't know if they was ready as a team to deal with that pressure. But he got them through that and advanced them out of that round. The Wolves, even though Ant and Julius wasn't playing up to par last night, the Wolves put a lot of pressure on them. And SGA, at every turn, if he wasn't getting the bucket, biggest play of the game, SGA's driving right. He loses his balance. He hits the splits, throws the ball between Jaden McDaniels' legs. Jalen Williams for a 3. He hits the 3. Goodness gracious. Whatever it takes to win, I'm a win. If I got to make the shot, if I got to make the pass, I'm going to win the game. So there's that, him being composed in pressurized moments. And then it's his overall game. The mid-range game. The turnaround fade. I'm going to politely guide you to this spot I'm gonna do a little step back, and I'm gonna fade in your face. And I'm like, I'm watching the game, and I've been seeing it all postseason, but I'm watching the game, rooting heavy for the Wolves. Come on, Wolves. Come on, give me this win. It's gonna be 2-2. We get to talk trash, okay? And I'm watching SGA at every turn, make every play, make every pass. Guys around him playing really well too.
Yeah.
But I'm watching him go for 40, 10, and 8. And I'm watching him make it look easy, effortlessly. He shot 30 shots. He only made 13. It felt like he shot 30 shots and he made 27. That's what it felt like watching him play the other night. So in order to complete the Kobe run, you gotta cap it with a championship.
Gotta win.
But the way the East looking, it's hard to see anybody. It's I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. This team is different. So
Tyrese Haliburton, he gonna get his superstar test next week.
I'm saying so, but credit to him and credit to you for the take, man. Because I gotta own it now. I want to see him do it more than once, but you just focused on how he would look this postseason. You were on the money, and the most impressive thing about it, you said it, he's 26. Kobe was polished in the playoffs, but not quite as polished as he became in the number 24. SJ really do look like he already at that number 24 polished, like peak level. He already looked like he has it. He already got it. So credit to him.
And lastly, real quick, I know we gotta go. When I watched SGA play, like when I watched Kobe play in the playoffs, I wasn't a Lakers fan, but I was a Kobe fan. I rooted for Kobe. And I always felt like, yo, they're not going to lose. Like, they're going to win. They're going to find a way to win. And I trust Kobe so much. When he had a ball in his hands, I thought every shot was going to go in. I thought every pass he made to somebody was going to make it. And that's how I be feeling when I watch SGA. I feel like every time he shoot, he going to make it. Like, because he know what he doing. You know, so like literally like everything he's doing is not rushed. It's calculated. And if he missed, it's because he missed. It's not because I can't say it was great defense because like unless you block it. I feel like every shot he take is literally him even making or missing. And that's how I feel it with Kobe. So shout out to SGA. And shout out to the 71 people watching. So let's wrap this up.
Crazy. Setting the record today while you are in your moment, man. Hey, it's only right though, Joe. It's only right though, man. It's only right, man. Any last words?
Yes, sir, man. My Commanders, AJ. Training camp looking sweet right now. Debo excited. Debo saying, what you like about JD? I mean, he can make every throw. I mean, he just all smiles, man. He all smiles. JD got a little. I know you saw him, man. You a little big. Your arms a little bigger.
I didn't see that.
You haven't? AJ, he gained. He gained some weight.
Okay,
He did. Okay. He did. You know, Cliff Kingsbury. Everybody talking about. Oh, we see what you feel about Jay Ness. Is he gonna have a sophomore league? I think he's gonna take a big lead. Everybody keeps saying that. I can't wait till the football season, AJ, because my Kings, we trash. I'm gonna say it once again. I'm giving this new GM one off season. That's it. One off season, and I'm gonna go from there. My Commanders. Hey, look, SGA, close them out like you are. I said Wolves. I said OKC in 5. OKC in 5, and I said Pacers in 6. Right, the Knicks. I need y'all to win one more game. Win one more game and let Indiana coach y'all. I was like, I'm a perfect back end. Also, AJ, since I've been doing R2L, when I make my round by round predictions, whoever went to the Western Conference Finals, I predicted them to win every round. I'm undefeated so far.
Hey,
OKC, I picked them every round. Dallas, I picked them every round. The Warriors, I picked them every round. So your boy doing this thing in the West, the East. I'm a little off in the East, but the West, I'm doing my thing.
Hey man, I'm up and down. I'm real up and down. Sometimes I pick a team with emotion and I shouldn't. I think that'd be my problem, man. I pick teams with emotion. Sometimes I'm rooting for teams, so I'm just gonna pick them to win because I'm rooting for them. And I'm proud of myself for taking that side of it out of it for the Wolves and OKC series because I was this close. I was this close to making a mistake. I'm glad I picked OKC. But my final words, man. Joe, as I'm looking at this number, we itching up on 100 people watching.
I know what?
Shout out to, I'm gonna just round up at this point. Shout out to the 100 people watching today.
Oh.
Definitely appreciate y'all love and support. Make sure y'all subscribe, show some love, follow us on Instagram. We're gonna continue to pump this content every Tuesday. I know we're doing it today on a Wednesday, but every Tuesday, same time. Lakers are the Lakers. I hope y'all taking notes. Get some defenders out here to help Luka on the perimeter, because we know what he is defensively, but it is what it is. Don't worry, Ty, I will. Don't worry. And the Eagles, man, listen, bro, we looking great in OTAs too. You know what I'm saying? That hurts 4 for 4, 7 to 7, dotting guys up, doing this thing. You know what I mean? Reigning Super Bowl MVP, like, we chilling. Saquon looking good, you know what I'm saying? Devontae, he gonna report soon. I see AJ already, you know what I'm saying, getting his 2 steps in, and you know what I'm saying, getting his practice. It's just, I'm like, hey, we feeling good. And I didn't say this last episode, and I want to say this as my final word. One of the most disrespected coaches in the NFL. Shout out to Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni was extended. He got a nice contract extension. We haven't seen the numbers on the extension, but we know he got a contract extension recently. So shout out to my head coach for getting a big time contract extension, man. Like usual, even though the Wolves, they got me a little phased. The Lakers, they got me a little phased. The Eagles, Super Bowl champs, reigning defendant, they keep me unfazed, Joe. They keep me unfazed, man.
Unfazed. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.